Just a quick tip to all the authors and speakers out there, some things that have worked well for me. Oftentimes I learn these by failing first. So authors, first of all, many times we're asked, who should we write for? You know, should we write for a group of people, a target audience, this type of thing? Folks, I'll just give you my little tip. I always write to one person when I'm writing my books. I always write to my former stuck self. Let me say that again, my former stuck self. Why? Because I know that person, because I'm sympathetic to that person, because I understand where that person was stuck in life. Many times when authors try to write to a group of people or a room full of single moms or a room full of stay-at-home dads or this type of thing, it comes off very preachy, it comes off very inauthentic, and it just comes off weird. Many times today in writing, you want to come across with the tone, especially in nonfiction, of conversational, that you're literally having a conversation with the reader. And if you're going to do that, think about it. If you're sitting at Starbucks with somebody and you're sitting across the table, you don't keep saying we, our, us. It sounds very weird. Instead, you talk about you, your, me, I, this type of thing. So that's just one quick tip for all the authors out there. I challenge you, especially with nonfiction, to write to your former stuck self. And then for all the speakers in the house, look, recently I spoke at a place, and it's very easy to be judgmental of yourself after you speak, especially when you're in a different type of crowd. I love to speak to certain types of crowds, but let's just face it, sometimes you're going to speak to crowds that maybe you don't know, or maybe you feel like, gee, they're just not familiar with your content or you, and it's very easy to judge and perceive, especially reading body language. When you're standing up on the stage and looking down at the audience, it's very easy to think about somebody with their arms crossed or looking down or looking at their phone and say, you know, what the heck's up with them? What's the problem? One thing I've done early on in my career is I speak to the light in the room. Again, so I'm kind of talking about how to write to a certain audience and then how to speak to a certain audience. I always speak to the light in the room. What does that mean? That means that certain people are going to be engaged, certain people are going to be smiling, certain people are going to be note-taking, making eye contact. Just speak to those few and literally direct your body other places in the room. There's a light person over there, there's a light person over there. But don't worry about trying to woo the whole audience or wow the whole crowd. You'll never win. So again, speak to the few in the room and it will feel very authentic and it will feel like you're connecting in some big ways. So this is Kary Oberbrunner. Be a soul on fire today. I just wanted to share 2 quick tips for you. Enjoy your faith, your family, your friends this weekend. I always try to make, especially the weekends, a time where I connect with my creator, my core, and my community. So make it happen, and I hope you enjoy these tips. If you have any other ones I want to learn from you, go ahead, comment in below. If you're a speaker, if you're an author, tell me what works for you, and maybe I'll learn something and apply those in my own repertoire. We'll talk later.